Welcome back, traders, to another installment on how to trade gold managing a small account. We're going to pick up from where we left off on Thursday's video. So Thursday's video, we had an interesting situation take place. I managed to get in on this wick right under here, okay, right, and this was on a news update that was taking place that day. The Fed rates coming out, so the Fed rates remain the same, and I was able to ride this trade all the way up to around here where I basically got off. Let me just get properties up, and maybe we can get that arrow pointing to that location. Okay, here we are. Okay, so as you can see, I got in around this level over here and I got out over here, right? It's not showing on here for now, but it's going to update later on. I kind of figured this is how MT5 behaves on the screen, so that's what we're going to get. So literally I got in at this level, I got out over here, and I was able to increase the balance from what it was, which I believe was around 52, and I managed to take it up to 68. So that was a fantastic result. Okay, today on the other hand, right, I should literally be in a trade right now where I should be profitable. But the whole issue was I misread this entire situation over here due to the fact that the previous night, so on Sunday night, right, I removed all the technical analysis that I'd done on the screen that was fully legit. So I removed it all. I don't know why I did it, but I did it anyways, right? And then when I woke up in the morning, instead of me getting onto the PC and actually doing proper, solid technical analysis, I did everything on my phone, right? So a whole bunch of data was missing and I just didn't factor it in at all. So I believed that price was going to be selling off, and this was just a pullback. So to keep myself safe, I put a sell right under this level over here that never got triggered, and by the time I realized I was facing the wrong direction in terms of that pending order that I had placed, price was practically up here somewhere. So I haven't had any opportunity to get into the market today. I'm slightly gutted by the fact that I didn't do what I was supposed to do and I've missed an opportunity. At worst, at best, I'll be sitting up here, and obviously and at worst, I wouldn't be in at all. So this is what is kind of taking place right now in terms of my overall moves in the market, what I did and what I didn't do. And today, I haven't done nothing whatsoever. So I'm not in any position at all. So with that said and done, we're going to jump into TradingView and we're going to start to prepare for this week. So that's going to be week commencing Monday the 3rd of February, right? So we're just going to do some technicals on here just to see what we can see, right? And I can already see that we have a nice potential opportunity forming, okay, which is because last week I called this area here as that being the weekly low, okay, and I wasn't sure if this was in fact the weekly high, and it turned out I was right. It wasn't in fact the weekly high. It had some more pushing to do, and it got all the way up to this level up here, okay, and now it's come back down again. So we now need to discover what exactly is going on in the market, okay, and then we need to position ourselves accordingly. So first things first is let me bring in the levels that we're going to need to help us with the first couple days anyways of market movement, right? So first we've got the weekly low that we called out last week, right? And then we have the weekly high. So weekly low is currently set at 2731.04, and the weekly high right now, which has just been taken out with a parabolic move to the upside, so that's definitely a positive indicator to say that we should be looking upwards instead of downwards, right? So we've got weekly high up here, and then let's put in the levels on that, and that is 2817.44. so this weekly high right now has been taken out, okay? So my next vibe is, what is market most likely going to do? Now, I'm not going to call this level here as a weekly low because that I don't know if it is in fact a weekly low or not. But what I do know is I need to kind of come up with a plan for this area as to if I'm going to get into the market and how I should get into the market, just to increase the probability that I'm going to be profitable. Reason why I say that is if we go back into the MT5, okay, and we look at my mark. So say for example, if I was to get into a trade on gold right now with the current size that I can only get, which is 0.004, okay, my margin requirement is around 40 something pound, right? Okay, so basically meaning is that I don't have room to make mistakes until I get this balance a little bit higher than what it is right now. Okay, my trades in the market practically has to be perfect. I can't make mistakes, and if I make mistakes, I can't make too many of them, right? Which basically means there's so many things that goes into growing this small account. Hence why this is such an important video to watch, because I believe I'm going to be successful in showing you how to grow a small account. And with that information, you should be able to copy my style of trading and grow a small account for yourself as well. All right. So let's get back into TradingView and let's begin our planning as to how we're going to do business. So the first thing I'm going to do is, to help me out, the 1 hour time frame is basically no good. I know the weekly highs and the weekly lows of the previous week. That's fantastic. That's useful information, right? So we now need to go a little bit higher. So let's look to see what we can find on the 4 hour. Now, what I'm going to tell you now is also important that you understand is that the main point of trying to figure out what is happening is that we're not really looking for FVGs, right? We're looking for anything that will indicate to a key market structural shift from what it is now into something new. That is what we're basically looking for. All right. So this ascending channel is looking a little bit more symmetrical in terms of how it overall it looks. We got a touch up here, we got a touch down here, we got a couple touches down the bottom, and then we have a final touch up here. Market is still moving, so we kind of got to wait until the day ends, right, to know if it's actually here or not, right? So we need that event to take place. Now, as we are waiting for that event to take place, right, the first thing that I would want to see tomorrow to help me make a decision if I'm going to be selling or buying is I would want, right, the low of today to be taken out to help me with my decision making, right? Now, the high of today, if that is taken out tomorrow, then this is when the FVGs become really important, okay? Because then we're looking for where is price most likely going to do a pullback, and when it does, that's when we're most likely looking to join the market, because this overall move is a solid uptrend, okay? And because it is a solid uptrend, we need to be mindful of the fact that it might want to break down. So we have to have that in our mind as well, okay? So what I would do to prepare for that entire situation is I would mark out the low of today, and I'll wait for market to close today, right? And then I will mark out the high of today, and I will bear in mind that we had a parabolic push to the upside that took out the previous week's high, which was set for us on Friday. Once these two are confirmed, then when tomorrow arrives, Tuesday, right, if we find price in this FVG area over here, okay, then I will then need to decide if I'm going to jump into the market or if I'm going to wait, depending on how it looks. Because obviously we're managing a small account, okay? Just because I see a FVG, it does not mean I need to take it. I need to be 100% sure that there's a high probability it's going to go my way, all right? At the bare minimum, it's going to give me at least 3 solid hours of profit, right? So candle 1 profitable, candle 2 profitable, candle 3 profitable, so I can bring in a trading stop, right? And then whatever else it does after that is going to be fantastic. So I can't make, and if it comes in here, I can't do anything. I can't do anything, right? So in my mind, how I would play it would be like this. It's up to you, depending on how big your account is, right? So if you've got a decent amount of funds in your account as it stands, a move into the FVG might be the opportunity for you to jump in and ride price to the upside. And we have 2 FVGs in this area. So we have this one over here, and then we have another one right under here. Okay, so that could be vehicles that you could use to ride a price to the upside. Okay, me personally, price coming into this FVG, all right, I would have to think long and hard if I'm going to jump in or not. Bottom line is, I want some kind of pullback. Either market is changing direction, so I know I can get a decent amount of pips in that movement, okay? Or basically that's all I'm looking for. I mean, I can't think of anything else. Continuation of the uptrend is easy to get into, but also it's easy for a mistake to happen just because market is in an uptrend, and that has its own risk, and those risks I'm not prepared to take them on board. Right, I'm definitely not prepared to take them on board because I really want to grow this account, and I want to do it properly, which means there's a high probability I'm going to be waiting around. But for you guys watching, you might want to jump in and take a position, and if you do, these are the 2 levels of interest that could maybe help influence your decision if you're taking buys or if you're taking sells. Right now, if market closes below today's low, then you might want to think about the idea that price is returning back down to the downside. The price might actually want to do that, and then provided you've done everything correctly, you should be able to jump in and get some serious pips to the downside. Bottom line is, this is the move that I actually want. I actually want price to take out this weekly low, this daily low over here, or today's low, right? So that I can ride it all the way down, because it's going to give me a decent amount of profit to the point where I believe I should be able to then rapidly accelerate the process of growing the account. Because as it stands, we're moving really slow, right? Being super cautious and moving really slow. But I want to get it to the point where I can be a little bit more aggressive. And I can't do that with the current balance. I need it to grow more. And the move from here down here will definitely give me that liquidity that I'm looking for. Hopefully I get it, but we'll see how it goes, right? And bearing in mind also, just to add as well, even if price comes down to this level down here, it doesn't change the overall macro direction of market, because market is still going up, right? The only way that we will know that gold is actually breaking all the way back down, I highly doubt it, but the only way we'll know that if it takes out this low over here, which I highly doubt. What I do think is more plausible and more logical is gold flying all the way down to say around this level over here of 266.0, right, 0.40, and then it pushing up again to try to get to 3k, which I've been telling you about. This is where gold actually wants to go, and I've been telling you about this since last year, 2024. All right, so with all of that said and done, this analysis is pretty much a shotgun analysis where we're just basically rapidly firing all the concepts that is out there, especially how I'm actually going to be behaving in the market. So I hope you found the content useful, okay? And obviously I hope you can actually use your own logic to find out opportunities that I may have missed out in what I've just presented to you all. I hope you're able to do all of that. And if the content is useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like, especially if you're struggling with your trades, because I believe in this journey of managing a small account, if you're struggling with your trades, I believe I will be able to show you how you should actually be doing business in the market. And it's not on the 5-minute chart, and it's not going to be on a 15-minute chart. You're basically going to be doing like 1 trade or 2 trades a week and holding it for a couple days as the market moves in one particular direction, so you can maximize your returns. The level of maximization on your returns is extremely difficult to produce on a lower time frame, but it's relatively easier to produce on a higher time frame, say the hour, 4 hour, the day, or the week. But obviously no one really has time for weekly trades, so bottom line is we just keep it nice and easy. We keep everything to an hour, and we want to try to get the best possible position that we can so that we can make the most amount of profit possible, i.e. get those TPs hit so we can live up to our name of TP success. So with all of that said and done, my awesome people, I will see you all on the next one, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you found the content useful. I believe you would have found it useful, but if you have, make sure you do that, and we'll see you on the next one.